And 3 marks, a mocking of the Trinity, just like at the De Soto Hotel.
What is that?
The rituals taking place at both of these locations have opened portals to something much darker than a single spirit. Something truly demonic.
All right, Goatman is definitely expanded past a bridge and a forest. Now he has a satanic vortex of just unstoppable evil coming through.
Just unstoppable. I mean, according to Zach, he's going to exaggerate everything. It sounds spooky, obviously, but
true. He had to draw a pentagram on the map to build it up a little more. He gave it a lot. He gave him a few acres of woods. Right.
Zach was just happy. Zach was just happy he got to say his favorite phrase, "mocking of the Trinity." He says that. He says that in like every single episode.
3 a.m., brother. But as soon as they arrive, one of the crew starts exhibiting strange behavior.
Oh, let me guess who.
You probably won't.
Oh, okay.
Ashley, our still photographer, all of a sudden begins crying off camera and does not look like herself. I immediately take her to the bus.
Are you okay?
I feel anxiety.
When I was just interviewing her, I looked over at you, man, and you did not look like yourself.
I don't feel like myself.
Do you want to leave here, or what do you want to do? Ash, you've been given pure looks of evil. Like, in your eyes. I've never seen that before. I noticed it at the bridge. Do you feel anger or anything? Are you having violent thoughts? Yeah? You want to, like, do violent to me?
Maybe.
You want to do violent to me?
I do. I do right now. He's giving me anxiety with all the questions. Like, of course she's got anxiety.
Hearing that, right?
Of course he gets really in your face. He's very aggravating, and so he never kind of. Maybe that's the reason why she's giving him like evil looks, is because he's like bugging the shit out of her.
Right? She looked at him weird one time, and he was like, "You're giving me nothing but the most evil looks." And he's like overreacted so hard.
And I'm such a nice guy.
To be fair, he did take her to the demonic Goatman Bridge and any legend you pick. It's horrifying, add Satanists to the mix. But coming off this attack, Zach has some strong words for that Goatman. Let's hear him.
This is your way of getting at us? Taking the only woman on our crew and breaking her down? You prey upon women? You attack them? This is what you do? Whatever you are, you're a coward.
Again with the provocation. He's... Talk about asking for it. God.
Well, they attacked his only woman, as he says in there.
And she's my only woman.
And guys, does this sound like the same guy attacking from before? Did Ashley's family own slaves? Is what I'm asking.
I don't think so. I
don't think so, Russ. We don't even know anything
so
about
that other
Ashley.
lady. They need to look into their family histories before going to Goatman Bridge. But Ashley stays strong and goes back to the bridge area / the woods at night to yell at the Goatman, while Zach and crew watch on a monitor from a safe distance. She comes back later, though, with welts on her head, presumably from the invisible demonic Goatman. And sadly, she ends up quitting the team because of this incident. You'll never hear Ashley on this again.
No, not Ashley.
She got fired.
Come on, Ashley.
She got Goatman, and she really needs to find out about her family. The show must go on, though, and here is Zach making his way into the Goatman-infested woods in the pitch black of night.
Just as I'm about to enter this cave-like entrance to the forest, a massive spider goes straight for my jugular. It's as if the forest has a way of trying to prevent us from entering. But what we capture next is terrifying, yet absolutely amazing. You can easily make out two glowing eyes as they manifest in the center of the entrance. These eyes are free-floating in mid-air. They have no body, and we cannot debunk them as being anything easily explainable, as this is not any type of animal. Is this the entity watching us?
See, all right. A spider scared me, but I got some really, really great red eye evidence that was checking me out.
Went right for his jugular. The spider was right for it. The spider was eyeballing his jugular because, that's what they do. Those damn spiders.
I don't think that Zach knows where the jugular is. Maybe he meant it was going for his junk. That's what I thought he was going to say. He went straight for my junk.
Spider went right for my junk. No, I don't know.
Jungular.
My jungular.
Yeah, I don't know. He's so dramatic.
What is his accent? Where is his accent from? Like, what? I've always wondered.
The depths of hell. I don't know.
Like, what is that accent? It's such a strange. Is that like it's not a California thing, right? You don't recognize that, do you, Drea?
I mean, it sounds pretty neutral. I don't.
It sounds like me reading occasionally parts of a story.
He sounds like he's.
Oh yeah, when you go either surfer mode or I guess Louisiana, wherever you're from. Russ.
He sounds like he's from another planet. The way that he pronounces stuff, I can't put my finger on it. It's always bothered me. But let's be honest.
Well, don't put your finger on his jugular, or else he's gonna freak out.
That's a whole different subject, I guess.
Why'd it have to be spiders? And if the spiders weren't enough, these adventurers are about to make the situation a whole lot worse.
We decide to attempt to conjure this entity from underneath Goatman's bridge. We want to remind everyone that's watching this right now that this ritual is from ancient text and is not satanic whatsoever. As a precautionary measure, we will be excluding specific spoken sections of the ritual.
Yeah, and as a precaution for our listener, I'll be excluding all of this ritual. You won't hear us saying, exactly, dude, we should go summon the Goat Man.
Yeah, man, let's go find the Goat Man. Let's go get the Pigman and the Goat Man and see if they'll do it together on bench 29. We should go find the
Pigman.
No.
Yeah, but doesn't that sound like such a cop-out, though? Like, oh, you know what, just to protect you guys and your safety, we're not gonna put in the actual words of the curse because...
Well, no, they just leave out parts. They still play it. They play a lot of it. I don't know what was left out that I wasn't taking any chances, especially on Halloween night. And if someone was, maybe any listeners in Denton, Texas, or someone crossing the country, coming across the old Pigman's bridge, I don't want you to be hearing exactly, dude, we should go summon the Goat Man from them.
No, it's the same as the Ouija thing of like not wanting to use the Ouija on the radio because it could spread the darkness, across the airwaves. So Zach is just like, I'm not spreading.
George Norrie. Okay.
Yeah, George Norrie.
Or like the video game things too. You don't want to put that. You don't want to ever upload anything satanic or demonic onto any kind of digital platform, or else everyone's fucked.
Could you imagine if he actually had to say, and as a precaution, just for us to make sure we catch the Goat Man, I'm going to be saying this full ancient text, and it is satanic. So please turn up, and if you see the Goat Man, call 1-900-ZAC-GOAT.
That would be sick. Find it. That would actually be sick if he did that.
Yeah, the hardcore believers, turn it up.
So as the summoning commences, the summoning is about to commence, tension builds, and the team begins to turn on each other and start acting possessed. This is really unique for this show. It is then that something truly remarkable happens. Zach Baggins loses all control of his hands and begins to choke himself.
Oh, God. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Stop, Zach. Stop. Let go of yourself. Let go of your hand. Let go of your neck. Stop. Zach, let go of your... Zach, let go of your neck. Stop it. Zach, stop, bro. Bro, stop. Go over there. Zach, let go of your neck. Bro, help me, bro. Zach, let go of your neck. He's not letting go. Bro, stop. Hey, Zach, stop. Zach, it's Jay. Stop, bro. Zach.
Yeah, seeing him choke himself is quite a sight. Can you believe that?
Oh my God.
I've seen this before. I've seen this episode. I know this moment, this particular moment, and it looks exactly like what you think it looks like.
Okay, because I don't think it looks like what I'm thinking it looks like.
This is the shark jumping moment. I think I've seen a lot of people turn because of this moment. And I heard a little shades of Travis Walton in there. Why don't you play the first soundboard Halloween clip?
Bro, stop.
Yeah. A little bit.
I mean, I guess if you want to think of Travis Walton as like, dude, it's.
See, Zach didn't commit.
It didn't sound as
Zach
funny.
didn't commit.
You know, you guys know I'm always gonna like hear the dirty side of things.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to get him to stop touching himself. Like, Zach, we're in a public place. Stop. And he's like, no, I'm almost there. So, I don't know. I didn't see this episode, so I am not seeing what Rob's seeing in his mind's eye. But when I'm hearing just the audio,
imagine this.
Sounds weird.
Imagine that you're choking. Like, imagine that you're eating some food and you start choking. Like your natural reaction to like grab your throat. Now imagine if you were like if all of a sudden you decided that you were going to kill yourself in the middle of doing that. That's pretty much what he looks like.
Fuck it, I'm going to double down on choking and just try to end this before the food kills me.
Yeah, if you're just trying to reach your fingers of both your hands around your neck and choke the life out of yourself while standing up in a dark corner of a room, that's pretty much exactly what it looks like.
I'm going to have to watch this.
And then it kind of looks like
terrifying.
He's fighting an invisible person for a few minutes.
It's terrifying. That's what Goatman's Bridge is all about, baby. It's scary.
Getting you to choke yourself.
I forgot that Goatman was even involved in this. Jesus, this is crazy.
You'd think he would try to tie a noose around his own neck if that were the case. If it was trying to continue on the legend, you know?
He's like, you got a noose right there. Your hands. Kill yourself.
Hands are a noose. Yeah.
Pop your head off and kill that goat. But these adventurers, they've seen enough. It's time to leave this goat's bridge.
You were gouging your own throat. Why were you doing that? We couldn't stop you.
Dude, I just woke up.
He just kept grabbing his
Never did we imagine that events of this caliber would happen to us here. Week after week, we place ourselves at the threshold of unknown dimensions. And here at Goatman's Bridge, we have unlocked a door to something that will scar us. The four of us have gone through hell together. It's a bond of brothers that no force, no matter how powerful, can ever break. While we always look to capture evidence on video, sometimes the most powerful forms of it are the unimaginable experiences that we record with our own bodies.
Show how cold it is, right?
Oh, it's up. It just went on my arm.
Because these moments can never be erased.
Sure, that's great evidence, just things that happen to you. But I disagree with something he said there. Their team does not always stick together. They always crack and get mad at each other. They have to leave to eventually reunite. Is that right, Rob?
Yeah, one of them always gets possessed, and then they kind of like, they just disappear, and then they find them sitting in a chair by themselves or standing in the corner like Blair Witch Project. And then, yeah, they fight, and yeah, it never goes down like what is he talking? He makes it sound like they're like the Fast and Furious movies or something. Like they're like
all family.
Yeah, they're all
right.
family. We're all family here, guys.
Well, without worrying about them, what do you guys think of the whole story of the demonic Goatman Bridge and now featuring Woods?
Well, you know, anytime that Zach's brought into this whole thing, he makes a mockery of the Trinity and of the paranormal. So he made it sound dumber. Yeah, he made it sound way less credible.
So did Zach Bagans' family own slaves too?
Probably. I mean, it sounds like with the way he was choking himself, that he was just like trying to take it out on himself. It's like, oh man, my family must have owned slaves. I'm a piece of shit. I don't know. He's just such a dramatic, crazy person.
You didn't toot, did you? No. Did you smell it?
Poor Zach. Poor Goatman. But that's it for this bridge. It's time to move on now for another tale of terror. Fear, a primal instinct not all are able to overcome. Consider now the story of a young man in Australia. Determined to overcome his childhood fears, but in facing them is the unwitting prey of an even more powerful horror, a relic that will forever change this man's life. It seems if Australia does actually exist, it most surely resides in the unbelievable zone. Yes, this next narrative